Hey everybody, how's it? This is Jeebs here at the Abbacado Show. It's early Sunday morning here in Hawaii. I know the rest of the world is freezing balls, and I empathize with you. This morning, when I went surfing, I was on the beach with sweatpants. Yeah, and the coffee was in my hand, and I had a little hoodie on, and then I paddled out. I even had to put on a little jacket, wetsuit. Water got down to 73. Okay, all right, I know. Here comes the hate. Boosh. Anyhow, gonna do two streams today. This one's gonna be just a couple of hours, just to catch up on some donos and stuff, and going through and some cheese. I gotta take a little break, and then I'm gonna come back a little later in the afternoon. So, what do you crossface? Alrighty, okie dokie. We're actually gonna just go ahead and just start cranking away here. We're gonna be starting off with some donos. And these donos have been stacking too for quite a few days because I've been doing some special. Yesterday was a special session. So we're actually going to start off today with Makuzia. Makuzia, what's going on? Wolf Studio, what's going on? How's it? Let's see, Makuzia, are you in the house? We're going to be doing Makuzia's song first. A very wonderful, generous. Hey, there you are. What's going on, Makuzia? Let's see. So every time I ask who's going on, you have to respond with, what's the temperature like where you're at? So Makuzia, what's the temperature like where you're at? Okay, Makuzia wants us to listen to ending song for second season of Frieren Enemy. I think I said that right, Makuzia. I don't know how you spell that out, but Frieren. So thank you very much. Very kind donation. I appreciate that as always. I'll be able to buy another pair of sweatpants for my freezing cold here in Hawaii, I'm just saying. Okay. Oh, Makuzia's, look at his temperatures, brah. All right, so this is from Makuzia. The name of the song is The Story Of, and it is the ending song for second season of Frieren Anime. All right, let's see what we got here. Let's go. Kind of softer pop element. As a matter of fact, this whole track really resonates with a lot of that Western kind of. I don't know how to blend the genres and stuff. Contemporary kind of chord structure, songwriting into the hook, in it to a minute to win it. The hook was a longer hook than normal, or what I would consider like maybe 8 bars. It kind of ran up a little bit. I love the little occasional bit of English in the vocal performance there. The strings were fantastic. The arrangements are great. You know, as a string arranger myself and stuff like that, when you have space like this, the actual song structure with the guitars and everything, there's a lot of space. There's a lot of space for the strings to still have a little bit of their own journey, but then jumps in and will match, let's just say, a few bars of, let's say, the melody in unison. So it catches up, it'll play around, and it catches up to emphasize a section. Another thing about this that was really super cool to listen to when I was listening to the mix, the emphasis rhythmically was really on the guitars, the acoustic guitars. Even if you didn't quite notice it, you know, the strumming pattern and stuff like that was almost more of an emphasis than the drums. Remember, I was saying, listen to where the drums are in the mix. You know, but I mean, along with the percussive or the percussive arrangement, if you would, or the rhythmical arrangement of the strings, the piano was not quite aggressive, but there were a lot of times where the piano would hold a pattern, which you heard me saying earlier. So I thought this was a fantastic song, but very, very global in its pop impact, you know, without pinpointing a particular, you know, region per se. Great track. Thanks, Makuzia. That was super badass. I love that. Did we love that, people? Everybody, did we love that song? I did. Next up, stand by, got to do a little refresh here. We're still running donos here. Next up is Frozen Coca-Cola. Frozen Coca-Cola, is you here? Are you here? Oh, how much better of a start can we get, if not by requesting probably one of my favorite all-time alternative bands for so many reasons. Wants us to listen to Alice in Chains, Swing on This. Let's go. This is from Frozen Coca-Cola. love that walking bass vibe. Using it with a pick too. Love the swingy approach on this, the swing vibes. Such an incredible tone to his voice and everything. Bass player's having the best time of his life right now. I love how the bass and guitar are playing that same line to emphasize the step away from the swing vibe at the beginning of the acoustic guitars. Gives you a little bit of this mysterious darkness here. This has a real human vibe too, like no click trap. This seems like it would be a mid-album cut. Little change in the engineering here. They're giving the acoustic guitar a little depth. God, I so love music like this, and it's been forever since I produced anything like this. I don't know why. Instrumentally, not vocally, obviously. This was a surprise to me. I'd never heard the track. A lot of the exposure of Alice in Chains came when I was younger and, passing through studios or something like that and listening to work. And then, of course, my bigger journey here on the Decomposer Lounge and with Twitch, obviously, I made myself incredibly familiar with Alice in Chains, soon to become one of my more favorite alternative era listening bands. The tone of his voice is just his brand. He's got a round thing that he does here with there, that thing, and where he puts his vibrato, the emphasis on that. I think that is such his signature. So many great tracks I've listened to from Alice in Chains. Lisa was saying that maybe perhaps this track was maybe a little towards the end. Since I don't know, that's why I was asking. But I do remember. I guess this is because of the video. What was the name of the album? Was it Jar of Flies, I think? Something like that. Anyhow, Alice in Chains, a legacy band, not only in the history of the music industry and the alternative world, but I'm sure is somewhere on the playlist of anybody who's over 40 years old. You know what I mean? So thank you for that, Frozen Coca-Cola. Really appreciate that. I hope you're doing well. All right, next up. SB's in the house. SB, you came in right just as we started Shotwell's track because you were up next. I was like, no, I don't want to do it till SB's here. Good morning to you. How are you? What time is it? I'm sorry. Is it early in the morning for you on a Monday? Yeah, I wanted to wait for you, SB. So it's 6:30 in the morning. Oh, and you're already chair moshing. Oh, my dear. Well, how about you now? This is for you. You are up to bat. So SB wants us to listen. Okay, here we go. I'm going to be doing some reading here. My eyes are still crossed. It's in the morning, so give me some leeway. Good morning, Jeepster and the Cados. I hope you're all ready. We're going dark and heavy today. Brutal and dissonant, even. Some people may have read my Discord rant about the fact that I think that heavy music continues to miss out on the accolades it deserves. I have voted in 33, since 1994, annual polls of the hottest 100 that our youth national broadcasters have done. I'm so far removed from the demographic that it is for now, but I'm also saddened by the fact that there was pretty much next to no heavy music in the countdown this year. Australia's metal scene is next level, in my opinion, and yet the incredible artists that I request that you listen to just don't get the recognition they deserve in this country. They have to go on tour relentlessly overseas to get what they should be getting from the promoters and broadcasters of this country. Actually, yeah, that's that. I've seen stuff like that in the cycle of genres through my life, that people have had to leave the country and then come back in. They get broken out there somewhere else, and then they end up being cool beans over here. This is why I will always share as much heavy Aussie music as possibly can with you all. You know I support my scene as best as I can. This is a Brisbane-based band. They call themselves metalcore, but I would put them further into the hardcore category. I saw them in a support slot last year, which was fantastic. Which was a fantastic way to introduce to the band that I hoped only the name of previously. They went hard. They're about to start touring Europe and the UK with Miss May. Okay, prepare your earballs, everybody, for the onslaught. So SB wants us to listen to the band Dissect, and the name of the track is Hide from the Light. All right, let's go. Turn it up to 11, all you metalheads. Let's go. All right.
I wonder if that's how darkness wins. By convincing us to trap it inside ourselves instead of emptying it out. Empty it out. Empty the darkness out. I don't want it to win.
Oh shit. All right. Wow. Oh, I love that break right there. Badass. Drummer's crushing. There was a little, right there. I love that. Just that snare and that one section snare on the two. Just a little different engineering there, just to emphasize the punch. I want to give this time to breathe here. All right. There's no two ways about it. That's probably one of the heaviest tracks I've ever heard, but so well engineered. The engineering on that was mind-numbing. So at one point I was looking at the video and then I just wanted to listen to the music, but I was kind of like, wait, this is a bass player and a drummer. Is there a, I was trying to just, the band in my head, right? The tones that they were using obviously is sculpted in their own technique in that genre. But as gnarly and as ball crushing as that tone was, it wasn't overwhelming the track. So I thought that was badass. The drummer crushed. Of course, the vocalist through and through was on 11. He was just plus 20 fire damage. One of the takeaways for me on this is I love the little nuances in the engineering. That little injection of space when they did that little really quick kind of jungle trap, maybe for half a measure as they turned it around. Even the nuances of the two times where I heard the snare was re-engineered on the two of the first measure of, I think, what was a turnaround before the second verse twice, just to give it one emphasis of like in your face, without going too much overboard. Another thing that kept me kind of entangled in really listening to it is because I don't know anything about the band. Obviously, there is some overdubs that are that are happening there. Like even the ending that we heard, there was some kind of sound design coolness going there. But I did hear a couple things in there where I don't, for me nowadays too, especially, what you can generate with your guitar and stomp pedals is so different than 20 years ago, let's say. So you really can't tell sometimes if somebody's doing something with a guitar that's giving you a very unique sound. But I like how throughout all that heaviness and darkness, SB, they managed to have those little, like, remember that line I went, hey, listen to that line in the back. That little essence of adding, a little bit of space to it. So the stop-start, though, to me, what really sticks out is I love the stop-start of when they put in that little kind of jungle trap two measure thing, before they kicked you back in the head again. So badass. Yes, sir. Thank you, SB. All right, next up, we've got to refresh the list here because I noticed a couple people came in bombing. Okay. Let me see what we got here. Ginger, what's going on? How are you? Coming in hot. Let me see what Ginger has here for us. Oh boy, this is going to be a read, guys. Keep my fingers, my eyeballs crossed here. Okay, here we go. So this is a message from Ginger before we listen to this track. Was in Velvet Pony's stream a few days ago and asked her to suggest another song for the stream, and she picked Medley of Vision. So I guess that's what we're going to be listening to. A 3-act, 19-part song. Medley of Visions was made in the combined time of less than a week. In 2019, Violet was living in an Airbnb after being kicked out of her home and waiting for her permanent residence to be ready. Halfway through this stay, she got extremely sick. During the Violet, my eyes are crossing. During this, Violet started making many demos from its bed. The first 5 minutes of Medley of the Version was made during the time alongside various other demos, including what would turn into cutie marks. Cutie marks? A year later, Violet would end up talking to Brickitten about finishing the aforementioned Medley of Vision demos. In the span of a few days, Violet and Bree finished the song, sitting in a call and playing sort of a musical ping pong, each person making each subsequent section. The total amount of time to finish the Medley of Visions, including the day of the demo in 2019, was about 4 to 5 days. Violet stated that I'm sorry, my eyes are crossing right now. I'm having a hard time reading right now. I don't know why. Violet stated it had not encountered a collaborative workflow like they did for Medley of Vision. Since then, Violet and Bree were producing sections at the same time, showing them to each other, and then weaving their sections into each other. This repeated until the song was completed. Bree was stated not to have a limited experience producing music prior to Medley of Visions, teaching herself things on the fly during the span of production, which is really usually a good time to learn things, right? Violet found Bree's ability to think of dazzling ideas, also learning how to create them simultaneously, was mind-blowing. Bree added into Violet's Tumblr, is that how you say it? Post about this subject, saying that she conceptualized the experience to be something like a game jam. In the event you try to make a game in 24 to 72 hours, normally with a small team. Bree started that it found the best way to complete a jam through live collaboration and division of tasks. You don't have to find the perfect way to do something, you just have to come up with, you just go with what comes to mind and try to excuse it. That's their Tumblr post. All right, sorry guys, my eyes are a mess. So if I butchered that reading, I think this reading is probably longer than the track itself. I don't know. So we're going to be listening to Ginger's suggestion. Thank you. That was generous. Dono, Ginger. This is Violet Pony, Medley of Visions. And this will be a bit of a listen, my friends. So let's just kick back and chill. And let's see what we got here from Violet Pony. I like the little intro.
Setup.
Some of those sound designs remind me of older video games. So good at leaving us hanging out there and then introducing these subtle little arrangements. Great melody back there, that whistly sound. trippy to me. That's oh. Modulation there, didn't expect that. But then you can't expect anything when it comes to Violet Pony and her arrangements. You just have to hang on for dear life. It's almost like playing a Mario Kart game and just, you know. I'll always love the tone of the voice. She has an incredible, wonderful tone in her voice. And she has great dynamic range too. And you say she's doing this in between moving out, living in an Airbnb with a friend on the phone and going back and forth. It's just incredible. I can't wrap my head around the process. It would take me 3 to 5 days just to find a couple of the sounds to use for something like this. So this is all part of the medley, Ginger? A little swing vibe. See, this is her. This is her extraordinary ability to move the goalposts around. What is going on in her mind during these arrangements? It's so beautifully complex, but yes, just the changes, like the story that's happening behind this, you know. Those old vocals right there that we're hearing, they remind me of a patch from a synth that is called the Ensonics, SQ something or other. in my brain. It's so outstanding. You know, when I'm listening to this, I'm envisioning what her doll looks like. You know if you know what I mean? And I think she says she uses Ableton or Reason. Kind of like a little Minecraft moment here. She can go in so many directions with her capabilities, you know. Personally, this is my favorite part of the medley. Yeah, that last few minutes there was definitely my favorite part of the medley. Only because it spoke to me uniquely, you know, with where I am as a composer and an atmosphere, sonic atmosphere producer, if you would.
You know where we've been going, the visions foretold it.
Changes, or their changes. I guess it's both of them doing work. That was not the tempo I had envisioned in my rhythmical brain when that other. And then again, that's very Violet Pony, yeah. spooky.
This is the final moments as your dreams unfold. A medley of visions, a tale of times before. But something is still quite hidden, a feeling that you've ignored, a face that you've forgotten, or maybe found long ago.
They call those wake-up phrases. You know, and you hear certain changes happening that it doesn't sound right, but it does work, but it doesn't sound right. The dissonance. I mean, Liquid and Silko, I so agree with you. It's just what the music does for the theater of mind. It's like a laser show with that big dome in Las Vegas or whatever. You know? Like a finale, the way this is produced right here. And that is the end. You know, I think we can all agree, you know, since we've been fortunate enough to have Ginger bring Violet Pony through our stream and stuff, that she is an absolutely extraordinary musician. I can't tax myself anymore in celebrating her. And when I say tax, it's like not taxing. I could have used different words. Task myself, not tax, task myself with the kind of responses and reactions that, you know, this kind of composition deserves, because there's so much going on. And it's just mind-numbing, the capacity and the bandwidth that she or the team members she brings in and features as or whatever is able to pull off. You know, like I said, it definitely taps into my ADHD, GBs, whatever. But it like in my mind, it's like that big dome in Vegas, and these things are happening and stuff, because I'd say about 65% of what has been produced by Violet Pony is instrumental oriented, and then a lot of moving around, slowing the tempo, doing this, doing that. So there's something much more going on with Violet Pony creatively, and she's just only expressing it sonically. It seems like it. Like if she got a hold of, if she decided, God forbid, if she became a dev for a video game, and she's young enough and talented enough that that's what definitely within her purview, you know, as an extraordinary talent. So Ginger, thank you so much. Like usual, when you talk to her, send her my best. If I ever get my life in order again, I'd love to have maybe another conversation with her. She did offer it to me. But yes, thank you so much. Guys, give me a couple seconds. I got to do a old man pee. I'm sorry, I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Alrighty, thank you. I appreciate that. Alrighty. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. All right, let's continue on. Lisa Wolf is in the house with us right now. Hi, Lisa. First of all, how are you, dear? We are going to listen to a track that she is suggesting to us. I had to go back to my favorite band, Death by Stereo. This is probably my favorite track by the band, and it comes off of their sophomore 2001 album, Day of the Death. It was between the release of this and their next album that I was helping them out with their website and as part of the promotional team for them. It's not their most musically complex track, which might actually make it a little easier to follow in reality. Enjoy. All right, Lisa, let's do this. I hope you're doing well. What is the temperature where you are at? I forgot to ask that before. Wherever it is in the world that you live, is it hot? Is it cold? Let's go. We're going to be doing Death by Stereo, brought to us by Lisa. And the name of the song is Promo, Sex, Drugs, Lies, Money, and Your Local Government. It almost sounds like an infomercial for pharma, which probably is kind of the same. 25 degrees, bruh. Oh, I love that little subtle bass opening. You know it's gonna hurt soon. Great engineering. You definitely get the live version sense of this.
What the fuck? What the fuck were you thinking? Wake the fuck up. Bring your baby life. Single mindset. Looking for the eyes.
God, I love the vocal. It kind of reminds me of Danny Elfman in the early Oingo Boingo days. God, the bass player's crushing. I mean, they all are, but during that hook, the bass player was just lit. I little System of the Down vibes too. Those background vocals here in the hook, really important. Nice chord there. Had the ninths hanging out on those. Other nice pattern here with this guitar. Lisa, what a badass track. You are not kidding. There, you know, at times there was like I felt, because of my lack of experience, but I felt the punky ska in there a few times. Also, as close as I was listening to it, it doesn't seem like there was a lot of overdub work, even if they have two guitar players. I love the details that they took about keeping the emphasis of just the power grinding through, but they came up with other side patterns that would like kind of A-B kind of come back and forth a little bit. So stereo, 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 mono, mono, but da, 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 you know, a lot of that was going on. The drummer was crushing it. When I had said I just love the sound of the recording and how it's engineered, it sounded. I think when engineers take the time and make the room a small room sound the way they did, kind of gives you that imaging that they could be somewhere like just right around the corner or in a pub or something around the corner. As soon as you start getting long reverbs or getting a little more touchy with that, then your brain kind of takes the reverb into a different level. Like your brain, you know, because reverbs are very important to create all kinds of, you know, ethereal, ambient, and trickery and stuff. So I love the fact that that drum kit was, you know, framed in a small room. I really couldn't make heads or tails of the lyrics, but without a doubt, that was a ball blasting track, and it had just so many little elements. And the tone of his voice, how he was structuring and performing. Like I said at the very beginning, I heard a little bit of the Danny Elfman Oingo Boingo. But then once he lit up and he went, you know, full on Death by Stereo. So anyhow, yeah, thank you so much for that. You know, this is one of those tracks that makes me feel like like I said, like I'm in the room with them. And apparently you know, were helping them with promotion and stuff. So you obviously saw their shows and stuff. So anyhow, thank you so much, Lise. All right, let's keep going. Who's next up? Hendenblur. How are you? Hendenblur wants us. This is a song from the anime Terror in Resonance that had an amazing soundtrack composed by Yoko Kanno, the composer of Cowboy Bebop. This song was the ending theme and was performed by Amir, a popular anime and J-pop artist who has very unique vocals resulting from vocal cord damage at a young age, but fits the song very well. The song is very much written in the theme of the soundtrack, which is excellent, and is very far from the standard anime song sound. All right. Well, good. Bringing in some underground. I like the backstory about the vocals. Now I'm going to have to listen to his vocals. You know, the fact that continues to sing after vocal cord damage actually makes it a very unique sound to his voice. Makes sense to me. All right, guys. This is Amir Yoko Kanno. The name of the song is Dareka Umi Wo. Someone Take Me to the Sea. All right, let's go. Oh, it's a her. Sorry.
さやきを囲む僕らは歌う灰色の地上に飾られた光の轟き
Very spooky, very, you know, mystical, dark, spooky vibes here. I love her voice. If she's got vocal damage, I don't know where. But I hear what you're saying about not being a typical anime style track, though, without a doubt. It's pretty abstract. More of a cinematic vibe on this. She has an incredible voice. Well, where's the vocal cord damage here? I knew what the lyrics were saying. Almost sounds like the drums were an afterthought. Oof, beautiful. Their vibrato. Oof. How she let that air just slightly as it released. She didn't lose 1 ounce of her vocal support. So somebody who has some kind of vocal cord damage, she sounded stunning. I was thinking I was looking for maybe some kind of unique smokiness or edge to her tone or something. The track was very like mystical, spooky forest, like very uncomfortable changes to make you feel a little kind of oogy and then kind of step back. But the beauty of her voice, and I'm sure the story behind this is probably really compelling. Of course, the artwork makes me think maybe she's, a trapped angel or something in a very dark space. The very unique placement of the drums. They kind of remind me of a movie that actually won an Oscar about 20 some odd years ago, that the whole score was nothing but drums. Anybody remember that? That one Oscar, that Academy Award that went to that composer, and the whole score was just drums? I thought that was really unique. I thought a lot of people thought that was really unique when they got the Academy Award. Anyhow, yes, I did find this to be just very, very unique, as you put it, as far as an anime track. I think in my mind, when I think of anime tracks, because I've heard so much, there's a purposeful theme and a tempo and a vibe to it. This was a lot more abstract, maybe a little more cinematic. You know, something like that. I don't know. But the fact that the drums were just kind of scattered placed in here, you know, it was pretty unique. So yeah, thanks for that one. But you led me in with the strained vocals, so I was straining to hear with the strained vocals possibly, or the vocal damage coming through. Okay, next up, what we got going on here is going to be Inxentia. Inxentia, how are you? Are you here? Coffee, 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 coffee is his message, and then all right. There you go, buddy. How are you? Uh-oh, here we go. Uh-oh. It's time for some Rammstein, people. Or is it Rammstein? Rammstein? I think it's Rammstein. The name of this song, it's a live version, guys. We're going to be listening to Los. See, I can't for nothing. If I look at it as a Spanish name, it's Los. All right, here we go. All right. Love the live performances. I like how he's digging into his pick with the guitars, giving that really rubbery low end on his, I guess maybe it's a drop D, I'm not sure. That's a people sandwich there. This is like a laid-back version, maybe, you know, with the small kit, maybe this particular track. Or is it another version of an existing track they decided to do it acoustic?
Lieder recht wortlos, waren wir nie wieder etwas sanglos, sind wir immer noch dafür nicht klanglos. Man hört uns doch nach einem Windstoß, ging ein Sturm los, einfach beispiellos. Es wurde Zeit. Los.
Got a little Metallica vibes here.
Sie waren sprachlos, so sehr schockiert und sehr ratlos. Was war passiert? Etwas fassungslos. Garantiert Verständnis.
For a live recording, great consistency on the tones for the acoustic guitars.
Grundlos. Schade die Noten so schamlos. Das gehört verboten, es ist geistlos. Was sie da probieren, so geschmacklos. Wie sie musizieren, es ist hoffnungslos. Sinnlos. Hilflos. Sie sind gottlos.
This probably sounds badass if it's, you know, whipped up through big cabs and, you know, ballsy guitar and stuff like that. Like I said, very kind of got the Metallica vibe there. It's an acoustic version.
Wir haben einen Namen, waren wortlos. Die Worte kamen etwas sanglos. Sind wir immer noch dafür nicht klanglos. Man hört uns doch, wir sind nicht fehlerlos. Nur etwas haltlos, wir werden lautlos und lieblos.
really do like the acoustic vibe on this. Even I know they're like a balls out metal band, you know, industrial metal band. I love this. Plus, it also really plays well with the tone of his voice. Oh, he's got an harmonica. Let's go.
Wir waren namenlos und ohne Lieder recht wortlos. Waren wir nie wieder etwas los.
Like
Sind wir immer noch dafür nicht klanglos. Man hört uns doch nach einem Windstoß. Ging ein Sturm los, einfach beispiellos, wurde zeitlos.
You know, that was really cool. That when he was just performing his vocals, the bass was not in. Now the bass is coming in to support the section in between his vocals.
Wir waren los.
This is just a jam. This is just, you know, an acoustic jam. I wonder where it looks like they're playing this probably in the middle of their set.
Wir waren los.
He's like, here, you take it. I'm doing this one here. I'm going somewhere else. What a trippy presentation. And I love how the lead singer just walked over and is just taking the position, you know. I used to have one of those Casio, believe it or not, key guitar things back in the day. I would have held on to it, but it sold it for a mint. Wow, what a venue. Boy, that's a unique view for the camera, like out of a bunker. Okay, now they kick the balls into the sacker. Aw, you gonna bust the poor little thing up? Aw, poor king. Okay, so I take it that this was that like an acoustic version of the song that sounded more like this last probably 16 bars. You know, where it was like full on, right? You know, all the guitars are full blown, you know, distorted and everything. If the track actually sounded like that, but they decided just to do an acoustic laid back version of it and then build it to that as that kind of like a, oh, the album version is also acoustic. Okay, so it's the other way around. Okay. I liked it. It was just really straightforward. Like I said, in comparison with my lack of, you know, deep knowledge, had a very Metallica kind of dun, 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 dun. And what Lisa had said earlier in the chat too is one of those tracks where you do want to pick up your guitar and you can just run and just solo over it and stuff like that. But I did notice, I mean, one of the things that I've learned about Rammstein is a very, that kind of, not cinemetal, but very theater of the mind, very rock opera-esque in the performances. And his voice, too, being that of a bass, you know, low baritone, upper bass range and stuff that he has. The band really, as a group, really composes well around the structure of his tone. And that's the one thing that I noticed too, even through this was an acoustic performance off of an acoustic track. I did notice when the bass was coming in and out. So the bass was not really present while he was doing his verses, and then in between all the arrangements, the bass came back in and stuff like that. Rammstein for the win. That's what I'm saying. Yes, sir. Patty cakes. You forgot to continue typing. Let's keep going. Who's next? Let's go with I'm a Snake. Snake. Snaky snake snake. Are you in the house? I think you in the house. The message is Beebs what face? There's Snake. How are you, buddy? Jasper Kidd does it again with more banger game soundtracks. Before we listen to this, are you planning on doing any more drive around streams? I really enjoyed that. You guys, Snake on his stream, I think it was a couple weeks ago. I was like, oh my God, he's doing something. What's he doing? And it was really super cool. He got on his motorcycle. He loves to ride his motorcycle. But live streaming, if it's as good as the signal would be, throughout where he lives in the UK. And I thought it was great. I love those kind of journey kind of things. I can't do it out here because it's too blippy with the stream. So anyhow, yes. Not been able to get out? Yes, I'll bet. Well, I'll also bet it's been kind of cold, yeah? And kind of bizarre. And you have to be safe with that motorcycle camping. Breaking that tail free. All right, let's get to business here. Snake wants us to listen to, from the game OST, Borderlands 3. Obviously, this is Jasper Kidd. The name of the song, well, actually, is Day, but I guess this is considered the main menu. All right, let's go. Here we go. From I'm a Snake. One of our legacy mods here. Thank you for that always, Snake. Kind of in my mind, and also looking at the image, maybe it's like kind of the awakening of zombies slowly peeling up off the grounds or something and coming to life. I like the looseness of the percussion. Drumming of the fingers. That's why I said I love the way the percussion is, because it's giving you that, you know, it's not all absolutely perfect on time. Yeah, digital graffiti, I agree with you on that. By the way, welcome. Snake, where is this playing in the game? What's actually happening visually? This is the main menu. This is the bring up. Okay. Oh, that's right. You did say that. Shut up, 1 a.m.'s kicking my ass. I love the swelling string chords that are coming, breathing in and out. I'm assuming that the tones that he's using for this opening theme track for the game will probably repeat itself in other parts of the soundtrack throughout the game. And what I mean the tones, we're talking like that lead. And actually probably the percussion element will probably repeat itself throughout the game as well. I mean, I'm only guessing, but... So even that in of itself, this pattern, oh, you end up, probably that in of itself is probably a pattern that would probably be repetitive somewhere in the game itself. I think, being that I've never had the opportunity to do something like that, but if I was to look at this as a composer, and this is my opening theme for the game, it would be based around however it is that I mocked out the rest of the composition, and once I've chosen the palette of sounds, that the opening theme would be kind of a use of each one of these things so that I could reintroduce it somewhere down the game. But then, I don't know, I'm only taking a guess. But, you know, Jasper Kidd, from my journey that you guys have brought me on with him as a composer, he's, you know, he never, somebody else I agree with, he never misses. The game actually has a very, very varied songs. Oh, okay, yeah. Well, character-wise, yeah, that obviously makes sense. You know, that I was overseeing when I was stating what I was stating. You know, how many characters are in the game, and of course, you know, the compositions for each one of them. Just inside of my mind, I'm thinking, okay. But see, the problem is that I'm thinking in my mind as a, you know, as I lightly say, an old composer. And, you know, for me, if I'm thinking of a theme, I'm thinking of a movie and how would I reintroduce that through different parts of it. But I'm sure composers and games use that same kind of thing as well. Okay, who's next? You want to know what's next? I got to go back to the bathroom. I'm sorry. I drank so much coffee. I'll be right back. Yeah, man. You know, that's what happens when you get old. All right, let's continue on. Okay. Who's next? Did I see Aman pop in the house? Hello, Aman. How are you, sir? Okay, next up is Negative Vibes. Negative Vibes, you're in the house. Let me see here. The classic fighting game Marvel vs. Capcom 2 has a crazy funk soundtrack and a super memorable little 8-second loop for the character select screen. The 8-bit big band expanded the little sound clip into a full-length track featuring the Lawrence siblings on voice and keys, plus Adam Neely himself on bass. Oh my gosh, that's killer. You're kidding me, really? Super hot funk to help with the snowy weather today, guys. Okay, guys, this is what we're doing. This is coming to us from Negative Vibes. Negative Vibes, there he is. How you doing? This is the 8-Bit Big Band featuring Lawrence. The name of the track is I Want to Take You for a Ride. All right, let's go. All right. Let's go. Some swing bandy band. Adam Neely is obviously a legendary legacy YouTube content creator, but his bass playing is... Listen to it. Ooh, he's got a great voice.
Bless you, baby, from across the screen. Put on my Sunday best, call me the war machine.
It's your way I'm looking. I'm like, were you Hadouken? Yeah, you've caught my eye. Now I've got to try.
What a voice.
To get you, baby,
On my side, I wanna take you for a ride. I wanna take you
There's
for
so many
a
elements that
ride.
make this super funky, man. I'm just peeling my ears away from Adam's bass, but the horn arrangements are sick.
I wanna take you for a ride.
Oh, it's my baby, where's your curly sash?
Voice.
I'll work you harder than a button mash. Let's save a moment, number 37. Give you that touch of death until you're up in heaven.
Sing a game to me, baby.
This is funk gangster. This is insane.
Yeah, you caught my eye. Now I've got to try to get you, baby, on my side.
I wanna take you for a ride. I wanna take you for a ride.
Plain to see this ain't a game to me, but
Baby, you're my destiny.
I wanna take you. I wanna take you for
Those vocals are extraordinarily insane. I kind of felt it. You know, you felt that was going to come back at you.
Take it to the
That's a huge horn section, brass and all that. Massive. Drummer, from square one, was into it. Just put a mean face. Some ham and cheese. A little Leslie Spinner. The drum is so in it.
But once the game is done, will I still be your player one? 'Cause I will fight with all my might.
We've only got so many lives.
I wanna take you for a ride. I wanna take you for a ride.
The bottom section, top section, answer backs, and the horns, and the brass arrangements are great. But that's what the style's about. Boy, that guy's got some sick soul in him.
It's plain to see this in a game to me, but baby, you're my
Absolute kick-ass track. I mean, what? I mean, a reaction to that is probably with through and through was my face and everything. That super funk big band approach. You know, I'm getting in my mind. You know, watching like Snarky Puppy pull this off. The vocals were absolutely mind-numbingly extraordinary. You know, sometimes you know the vocal not like in my mind. The vision that I have of the vocals, and then you see the people who are singing it. Sometimes it's a little, you know, such power coming out of, you know, that young lady with her vocals, and also she had a very unique, she had a very unique contemporary vibe in the vocals, and then his vocals as well. Such a powerhouse of performance that was coming out of there. Now of course, Adam Neely is in the bass. Actually, the bass was phenomenal, but pretty expected, if you would, in the arrangement of something like that. That constant, you know, vibe of the eighth notes, you know, and just keeping that. But I mean, he was through and through. Him and the drummer were through and through, just on the highest level of burn that you can be going all the way through. And the back forth, the stabbing, the bottom ends, the top ends, and everything. It was just absolutely perfect. A funky big band performance and arrangements. Great to watch it live too as well. That's always a super big bonus as well. So notice there was a conductor there. Didn't see a lot of cuts of him except for a couple things here. But that kicked ass. I can't say anything more about that. Except for what I'm a Snake just said. Dun 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 dun. All right, man. I'm almost getting close to my cutoff time. Just remember, guys, if you're hanging here, I'm coming back for another session later, but I do have to do a hard stop in about 10-15 minutes. So let's just keep going on. There are a couple tracks here that are being requested that are fairly sizable that I'm going to have to roll back on in a little bit. Lady Gaga and Tonto Corazon have a couple tracks that are up there. When I come back is when I'm going to hit those. But so I'm going to continue to move on. We're going to go to Lateral Tap. See if I can't squeeze 2 more tracks in before my hard stop. Lateral Tap says Ordinary World is the second song from Duran. Oh, Duran. Let's do some Duran. 1993 album, the wedding album. Though the theme of the album and the music video is a wedding, the lyrics were inspired by the death of Simon Le Bon's friend David Miles in 1986. The music video was filmed entirely at Huntington Gardens in San Marino, California, where I've been to. All right, guys, so we're doing this. This is a request from Lateral Tap. This is Duran. This is Ordinary World. Let's go. All right. Oh, yeah, I remember this track. I really love the melody. I so remember this. This was so well written.
Coming from a rainy Thursday on the avenue. Thought I heard you talking softly. I turned on the lights, the TV, and the radio. Still I can't escape the ghost of you. What has happened to it all? Crazy summer say, where is the light that I recognize? Come away, but I won't cry for yesterday. There's an ordinary
God, I so remember this stuff.
somehow I have to find. And as I try to make my
For me, probably one of their best written tracks in the Duran Duran journey. And that's hard to say because they were such great songwriters as a band. Like that right there, the way they end that's chicken skin moment.
Passion or coincidence once prompted you to say, pride will tear us both apart.
The emphasis on the mix here, a little more higher endy,
Now bride's
which is kind of
gone
signature
out the
move
window, cross the
in a pop
rooftop,
contemporary
run
Euro
away.
band type of engineering and mixing, or mastering, I guess.
Vacuum of my
think also the fact that I love where the acoustic guitar's been living through this whole mix.
But I won't cry for yesterday. There's an ordinary world. Somehow I have to find.
But I always love this hook, man. It's so powerful. And I think something else is so wonderful is this lead work. So much more melodic than lighting one off just for the sake of musicianship. Very powerful solo.
Papers in the roadside tell of suffering.
The bass.
Fear today, forgot tomorrow. Here beside the news of
That softer analog keyboard work there is so cool.
ours is just a little sorrow talk. And I don't cry for yesterday. There's an ordinary world. Somehow I have to find.
Sorry. Start singing along with it. It's a great hook. Background vocals on this are great as well. The ninth. The oohs here in the background vocals too, giving a little warmth there in the mix. Wow, how many of us just tripped out way back into our soundtrack of life there? For me, now that you brought that into the house, I was like, oh my God, where was I? And, but this was one of, Duran as a band of musicians and songwriters wrote great tracks in an era where they could have slipped into a midsection of the genre in which they represented. They were always standout songwriters to me. Real strong emphasis on hooks. The structures of the songs were always written so well, so catchy. I think a lot of that might have to do with the keyboardists as well. I'm not saying one more important than the other without a doubt. Each one of the musicians also, at least in this particular track, had opportunity to express themselves with their arrangements. The bass player especially. Some really super tasty turnaround lines that are happening, getting yourself back into the, the B section, the hook or the verse and stuff like that. But the melody construction with the supporting arrangements on this track were always just like, wow. That is so badass. And I guess I just saw here that there was definitely some covers of it that were done. You can tell when a song really makes an impression as a song that other acts will, cover it. It would be a very interesting track for me if I ever covered that. I would do it as an octave lower, obviously, in my voice. But to keep the integrity of the song, you'd really have to stay pretty close to how well it was arranged and the hook and everything. So, wow. You made me all jabber on. That's what I'm saying. Thank you, Lateral Tap, for bringing that in. That was really, really super cool and very nostalgic for me and for quite a few of us who were born in the 1900s to remember that. Okay, where am I on my timeline here? What time is it? Oh, let me see here. Refresh this really quick. I had some people parachute in with some donos. Give me a second here. Oh, my goodness. Let's go with... what just happened here? Hang on for a second. Let's go with Beja Shemek. Okay. Before I proceed with this, after this, I've got to get out. It was a hard stop that I have to hit. I got to end the stream. I got to prep for something coming up. Then when I'm done with that, I'm going to jump in the water and surf for a little bit, and then I'm going to come right back and go hit the donos. I apologize for breaking up the stream this way, but it's just kind of how my day's unfolding right now. And so just thank you so much for your patience on everything. This here is from Dissect. Heyo, this was the Finnish entry for the Eurovision Song Contest. It's not the original, but a new arrangement by my favorite Finnish Eurobeat remix guy, Turbo, who now does music for different VTuber agencies because he got scouted through his YouTube. Good. I love stories like that. So this is coming to us from Dissect, the name of the artist or whatever, Turbo. It's originally by Käärijä, and the name of the song is Cha Cha Cha. So let's go, go, go. All right, right, right. Sorry, I suck. Here we go. No, I'm not going to refresh the wheel. Don't worry, guys. She's kind of buff in the image. Kind of matches the music we're going. I like the synth tone sound that they're using in the patch, that synth patch. I think there's a dual bass pattern happening here. No, I mean, there is a bass line there, but there's another pseudo, like using a bass patch but playing it an octave higher. It has that bass resonance to it. That's what I love. Oh, I love the dirt in here, the guitar. That in there kind of gave us that a little point of turning around. I started getting involved in the pattern. Love the combo of the dirt with the guitar, with the Euro synth vibes. So digging the fusion between the styles, the EDM and the metal. I mean, we've heard it before, but... So I love the fact that the composer ended it with the metal punch there. Obviously, it was a trap kit. But the layers that he was using with the analog tones or the digi-analog tones on the top two were really nice and rich and very wide, but lived in a different way in the tone, so it didn't collide with the darker part of the guitar crunching. Then you had the other synth that had some stabby work going in there. Her voice really matched the mix really well because she lived in her own little pocket with the tone and stuff. But I think I have to get a little more familiar with this artist, the Turbo, I guess. And maybe go on a specific journey, maybe listen to a little bit more of this remix, this artist's, like Spotify or something, just get a little more marinated in it. But I did love the track, and I did love the fact that we had that nice crossover between the metal and the EDM and stuff. And kind of the thumbnail's kind of gnarly. Buff chick. All right, guys, so check this out. hard stop for me. I am coming back. I will be back in a few hours. Just got to stand on some business, and I do want to surf a little bit. I need to get out in the sun. I finally, after the recovery of the surgery, day before yesterday was the first day in the water where I was able to just swim around. And then yesterday I paddled out, just paddled in circles, caught 1 or 2 waves because my midsection after the surgery, all of the chopping up in my abs over here. You know, when you're surfing, when you paddle, you arch your back so that you keep your head out of your water, which means that I have to arch my gut and my stomach, which apparently yesterday I was like, God, this is kind of weak. I'm going to have to rebuild this. And at my age, it's kind of tricky. So I have to kind of stay on a pattern of getting out and paddling out while I can to kind of rebuild my ab muscles. So anyhow, so that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. You guys didn't really need to hear all